professionally.
And
Only? You've only got 2 Facebooks? You've got one social, one for private and one for...
I've got a married name one, but you don't know about that.
Oh, okay, right, okay, yeah.
We do now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just asking, that's all.
Yeah. So the one that's public face is because on Facebook you can only have 5,000 friends. Now you go who and I mean originally when they set it up, because it was done through universities, etc., they thought, well, who can have more than 5,000 friends? So what Facebook introduced last year was something called a subscribe. So what you can do is you can tick your profile so that you do allow people to subscribe to your updates, and what that means is anything you share publicly, subscribers can see. So this is totally on the Facebook platform. And so it means if you want to share something maybe a little slightly embarrassing but funny or something like that, that you're happy to share, we don't share personal stuff, but you would maybe do that to friends, not publicly. But if you're talking about just generally what you're up to, you would do that as a public post on there. So that's through the subscribe section. Then you've got fan pages.
Now, sorry, just back to with the subscribe, do you have to do a whole new band thing again, and what are they called, borders and all that sort of stuff? No,
just ticking a box.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when somebody, let's say, so apparently we're not friends, right? Yeah. So if you,
That's personal.
Yeah.
I've got subscribe enabled on mine. If you request to be my friend, you will then see my public updates before I even go in and accept you as a friend. As soon as I accept you as a friend, you'll see my public updates plus any friend updates. So when you ask to be someone's friend, you automatically are subscribed to their public updates.
But you can subscribe without being a friend.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when did that change?
That's really good.
Now keep moving because I'm not 30 minutes left. There's a lot of platforms to cover.
Thought that you were not accepting.
You might set up a group on Facebook if you want to share your content perhaps with a certain demographic. So it might be if you're, let's say you've got some clients that you want to just share some information with, you might put them into a group. You might have
people hop into that.
Yeah, that's what.
Do they request?
Yes,
And
there's open,
that's
closed
locked
and
down.
secret.
That's only
So open groups, yes they can. Closed,
Yeah.
no, it's by invitation,
Yeah.
secret they won't ever
Perfect.
find.
Right.
Yeah, and so you would use a group strategically. So it might be an open group. You might set it up because it might be about inspiration, or it might be what's stylish, fashion styles or something like that. Or stationery. I love Kiki Kate. I love office wears. Don't get started. So that's what a group. You would use a group more strategically, and also groups get notified in. If you're looking at Facebook, across on the top left-hand corner, there's the box in red that gets numbers in it. You get notified if somebody posts in a group. Yeah. So
If you're in that group.
Yeah.
yes, if you're in the group.
Like for example, I'm part of a designer's shop. There's a shop over in Hawthorne, and it's just for designers. There's a page for public to get on and see what the shop's doing. Then we have a group that just the designers that contribute to that shop can see, so we can say blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's private chat.
and they can't.
So then what I
see
could do
that.
is on my fan page of the G Spot, I could do little groups of all my mentoring circles.
Yes. Yes, I would use groups for your mentoring circles because only your mentorees can go in there and they chat to one another, and it's more, they feel more secure
Yeah.
because it's not public. Now with a page, the last one I talked about is a page, everything on a page is open slather, i.e. it's indexed by the search engines, everybody can see it. Inside a group, they can't. Inside your personal profile, they can't. So Google as a search engine can't see inside your personal profile because it doesn't have your email and your password.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
that was what I'm new.
Your cover is
Yeah.
public though. Your cover image is public.
Right.
That's always public. And your public
Photos?
posts are public.
Photos. What about those?
Depends on your settings. You'll have to go check your settings.
Right.
Yeah,
And
you
you
can
can set
decide your settings.
Because for me, I always get, the okay for my business side for their kids, but on my one, I was worried about, putting my kids up there and stuff.
Your friends will see it.
Yeah, that's okay, but I didn't know if then, you go into Google and
Check
say
your settings,
Zoe
because anytime
settings.
Facebook make a change, you've got to go check your settings because you'll tick a box and it'll become unticked because of something else they've done. So I do suggest you set up a page just so that you do get that search engine juice coming through, that you do get found. And have it filled with your keywords in there. And depending on the type of page that you choose, so you might say local business and then coffee shop, what is displayed, or the categories that get displayed under that type of page is different if you were to choose public figure author. Different types of pages have different box you've got your cover images, and then you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs now here down on the I've got to go backwards on your right hand side.
Yeah.
I should write that down. What they look like for you, and so the information here. This
Good
is
for you.
your Facebook page.
Conversation
This
with
is your
you
cover
as
image
well.
here. Then you've got
If
your
you're not, you know,
profile that you
maybe
put in
something
there,
that they can
and
put
then
it up
here
there and
you
then
have
can
4
extra later or-
tabs.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a little drop down triangle here, and then you can see any other tabs drop down. But this one always is photos. It always stays as photos on there. These 3 are your most prime real estate, because under there is your wall, effectively. And your wall goes left to right,
So
left to
can you
right.
choose what you put there? on those
Yes,
three
these are, you can change the image of them, and you can change the name of them. And these are the 3 that always display. You can have up to 12 or 16.
boxes? So what would you suggest?
You cannot, on your cover image here, you cannot have any call to action. You can't have
Yeah,
URLs.
they're just photos, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a photo. So here would be your calls to action.
Also events or something.
Is that, sorry, that's on your page
This is the fan
and
page.
your public profile?
You can have calls to action on your public profile.
Yeah, but do they have those, I can't remember on the, do they have those boxes on your public profile?
No,
no,
this is
they
your fan
don't.
page,
No,
this
they
is your
don't.
fan
These
page.
effectively, tabs used to
Not
be
just
down on the
name
left hand side.
Yeah,
Tabs are now across here. So when anybody, if you click on that, the information here will load for the tab.
yeah, cool.
And then you click on that one, that information, and it's gone from the 500 to 800.
Ah,
odd
beautiful,
wide.
excellent.
But I won't spend too much on that because I've got other platforms I want to talk about.
Please do.
Who loves? LinkedIn, okay, now you asked about LinkedIn.
Yes, I had a question. 'cause
Okay,
I've
so 150 million users on LinkedIn, 3 million in Australia, there's something like 1 million groups on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the grown-ups social media platform. As I said, it's the most affluent, i.e. a lot of people earning $100,000 or more on it, and they're on there because they're serious about doing business with people.
Okay.
Either they want to do joint ventures, they're looking for someone that can solve their problem, they're looking for other people to bring on board as clients, that kind of thing.
What about people like speakers and writers and that, is it good for that sort of thing? Or
It
am I
is,
right?
as long as you drive the platform in the right manner. Sure. So LinkedIn is not so much about the selling, LinkedIn is more about the connection and establishing
So when you say-
yourself as an expert.
Okay, yeah, so
What-
that'd be in your profile and previous jobs and recommendations.
That's
and
right,
yeah.
that's right. Now, one of the things that most people don't do is they don't fully populate their LinkedIn profile. So things you need to have is a photo. More than any other social networking platform, you must have a photo on LinkedIn because it's they want to see the face. It's like you go to a networking event with a bag on your head. Who does that?
Tempted.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it? Don't do something in social media that you wouldn't do in real life.
That's
like that.
exactly right.
Yeah.
And so then you've got your name, and then under your name you have 2 lines of space to include, effectively, it's like your tagline. So don't just put CEO or director. I mean, that's boring. Put what you do. So I've got author, speaker, trainer, I show you how to influence others, key stakeholders, something like that. And so I actually get people to comment. They should comment to me on my description. Because that little, your photo, your name, and your little description appears everywhere as a little tiny short bio on LinkedIn. So anytime you're suggested as someone to connect with, they see your photo, your name, and your little bio. Most people don't go any further than that, so that's got to be punchy. And then fully populate your profile. So LinkedIn is one of the few platforms, if not the only one, where you can seek recommendations, so testimonials. You've got a summary section. You can then share your work experience, and then you can include projects. So if you have a particular case study, or perhaps working with a client, you don't necessarily give names, but you want to showcase an aspect of your business, which you can talk about as a case study or a client profile, put it as a project
Right.
on LinkedIn. Include other stuff like awards and honours. LinkedIn is very much about blowing your own trumpet on there. They
Because they're all
really...
academics.
So say for example, I've just taken on board a school holiday program for YMCA.
Yes.
So I get on there and I can put that as a project.
Yeah.
So then anyone else that's running a school holiday program
Bingo. Know that you are the expert running school holiday programs. They can read about what you did for
this is
somebody, a client.
Okay.
Yeah.
For your corporate
Yeah.
funnel, sorry.
So, and other key things that they have on there, and I have got time, so I've got 15 minutes left, is look at polls, look at groups, look at answers. Answers is huge on LinkedIn in that LinkedIn is a very easy platform for you to establish yourself as the expert. If you know, as I said, know how to drive it. So what the
How do you
answers,
learn how to drive it?
you can have to talk to me, I'll show you how to drive it.
Please.
So the question and answer section is there anybody can ask a question, but I find the more powerful side of it is that you can respond to people's questions. And there are literally hundreds and hundreds of categories on all types of manner, different aspects of business. So for me, it would be internet marketing, direct marketing, webs, blogs, that kind of thing. So what would it be for you? You get a category suggested to you by LinkedIn based on how you've populated your profile, and then you can go in and see what questions people are asking. And so you
Under
see,
that category.
under that category.
Right.
So let's say, for example, they've asked, I'll pick one that I know, they say, who uses Facebook? And the responses on LinkedIn are, waste of time, okay. But then if you go and put something on more engaging for them or a more comprehensive answer, you're likely to get chosen. And they have a thing called best answer. And if you get chosen as the best answer, you get a nice green star, which shows up any time that you are on answers.
So they encourage you to stay positive.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. And so whoever asked the question can choose one of the responses as the best answer.
So would it be
That's,
beneficial for her to post a question and I answer it and
If she wants to choose you, yeah, you
Yeah,
use me for
and
trading, that's
so
all right.
now we all have green
Start
stars.
training.
Yes, because you want best answers in the different, because whenever you're, then you've got, let's say you've got a question and 10 people have answered it, but 2 have got best answer, they just, it stands out.
Well, yeah, so anything that's highlighted is
Stands
just
out. So that's it.
someone's done it for
I've got to
you.
keep
Okay.
moving because I want to talk about these other ones. These are some of the demographics on
Oh,
LinkedIn.
can I ask my question
can.
before you move on?
Yes.
So I've got it like just from, because I'm not aware of it, that I thought it was more only a resume, but there is conversations or connections that you can make through there.
Yes.
So it's not purely just I stick my resume up there
No.
and so I
No.
can't really tell what I'm doing now.
I find it hard
Okay.
when you send them a thing, how do you actually see their response?
What's the thing?
Oh, message.
An invite to connect.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
you're
no.
looking at your LinkedIn, it's smack bang in the middle, it'll have inbox. And it'll highlight in orange, and then when you click that, you'll have invitations and messages. That's where you see the response.
So because when you go, there's all these people come up, but how do I know that somebody's answered? That's what I'm finding.
Answered what?
Answered a message that I've asked, or a question I've asked them. Because they
Via
go back.
They would send them a message in an email back, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Okay,
you'll get an alert into your inbox.
but they've replied.
Yes. So next time you're on your LinkedIn platform, look in the dead centre, there'll be a little orange
Yeah.
square, and that's your inbox. And click on it, and it'll drop down. And then it'll have all the messages in there from people on you. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Now Twitter, I won't spend too much on Twitter. If you do have a mobile device, Twitter will work very well for you. The people that I've seen with huge success on Twitter are on there all the time. It's about the engagement very much, and Twitter is breaking news type of thing. When something's happening, they will go and look at Twitter. So as an example, when the bushfires in Feb last year, all the bushfires, the infrastructure broke down because it couldn't cope with the amount of calls, so people went onto Twitter.
Yeah.
And they were able to connect with each other on Twitter and work out which roads were closed, where were the safe areas, because obviously it's a massive platform and people can get on there on their devices. So when you say trending, it's when something is happening, it will be trending. Like Donna Summer died, that would have trended on Twitter. And that's how you can find out news, latest news, is it'll trend. Some of it is you don't even want to know about, but if it's important and it's important to you, it'll start trending on Twitter. So, yeah, there's a lot of people on there. They've got 500 million accounts, but only about 2 million are active. And if you want to use it, people do big business on there. They get a lot of result out of there, but you have to be consistent. On more than any of the other platforms, you must be
It's
consistent.
got to be present.
I don't
You've got to be there.
What does that mean?
So if you're on Twitter, you need to not just be sharing what's going on for you, you need to be connecting with people that you're following and replying back to them.
Which is doing a hash key to you.
No, that would be the at tag. That would be the at tag. Hashtag is to find a topic.
Okay.
At is to find people.
But
Twitter,
is
like,
if you hit
dumbfounds me.
reply to
I
whatever
love
post,
Twitter.
there'll
I know
always
you do.
be-
You love
Pardon?
Twitter? Yeah.
If you hit
Yeah, I love it. I
reply
hate it.
on Twitter,
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, you don't know
at-
about it.
But I
at
can just
whoever
see
it
these
is will
things
come
are
up
just so
automatically.
time consuming, and no wonder
Yeah.
people are just so
We're going to
distracted.
talk about a strategy after lunch.
Yeah.
Because you can't be on all of them and be effective on all of them. It's just impossible.
How many times are you supposed to tweet a day?
I tweet 9, some people tweet like 40 and 50.
Like, are you
But
tweeting?
Nine about what? Sorry, okay.
I've only got 5
Or
minutes, so I'm gonna,
research
everybody can got to hold their
Go on,
questions to the
Bucky, go,
end.
what you got to say?
Two platforms. Alright, Google Plus. Now, if you're using any Google product, you have a Google Plus account, you just don't know it. And so if you use Gmail, if you use Google Docs, if you use Google Calendar, you have a Google Plus account. So Google owns search, and that's fundamentally why you should be looking at Google Plus. So go and populate your profile with your keywords in there.
In Google Plus.
In Google Plus, you will have Google Plus anyway if you're on Google, if you've got Gmail, etc. Because
Or even Blogger, if anyone, that's what I found out the other day.
Blogger is part of Google.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So when you log into any Google product, you're automatically going to be able to share via Google Plus. So at a minimum, go in there and populate your profile. Put your keywords in there. Now the 3 most powerful areas of the Google Plus profile, because you can create pages as well, I won't go into that because we're running out of time, but they've got an area at the bottom where you can share your links. So it's got your social links. So any other social media platforms you're on, put them on your Google Plus profile. Then it has contributor to. So if you've shared any content online, perhaps you've written an article and it's been published by somebody else on their website, include that link, because that's telling Google that you are of a quality as an author, that someone else has shared your content. So that bumps you up. That gives you a tick in their eyes. And then finally, you can share your own links to your website, to your blog, to perhaps links specifically to any products or services you might be offering. You can pop those into your Google Plus